Temperatures have dropped as rain has picked up, and the Ultimate Frisbee also picking up. 8 teams left in the girls division as we get set for a quarterfinal matchup between the 4 seed El Cerrito and the 10 seed Amherst. Alongside Charlie Hoppes, I'm Michael Cerrone. Charlie, the weather not so great, but the bracket incredible.
It's been a really fun, interesting tournament so far. We saw some interesting upsets on the boys' side. Here on the girls' side, we see some higher seeds that have advanced through and some lower seeds that have had successful tournaments so far. Amherst, the 10 seed, wins their pool and earns a bye into this quarterfinal round. El Cerrito, the 4 overall seed coming into the tournament, had to win a pre-quarter to get here, but now they're here.
El Cerrito, overall number 4 team in the country. Amherst, the 10 seed. They went 3-0 yesterday and were champions of Pool A, so they got a bye into the quarterfinal round. And like Charlie just said, El Cerrito took down Provo 11-7 in their pre-quarterfinal matchup to get into this one. Amherst getting the spirits. You see the rain coming down. It's been lightly coming down since we got here this morning. First game's at 8:30, but this is the hardest it's been raining. Hopefully we'll slow down soon.
The rain, of course, impacts catching the disc. We talked about it earlier today on the previous broadcast. It affects throwing quite a lot, in particular with those forehands inside out. It's easy for those inside out flicks to slip off of your fingers, go places you don't expect them to. We'll see if we see a lot of forced flick to try to take advantage of that. It is coming down pretty good right now.
Here at Grange Park in Allentown, Pennsylvania, the quarterfinals of the 2025 High School National Invite. El Cerrito out of California, Amherst out of Massachusetts. We've seen a lot of West Coast success in recent memory at the High School National Invite, and El Cerrito trying to keep that trend going. And you can tell they just look uncomfortable out there with this weather.
Little bit of wind coming in as well. Why not, you know?
Let's play some Ultimate. El Cerrito pulls away to Amherst. We're underway in the quarterfinals. Amherst in white, El Cerrito in green. This is Isla Cusick, the star for Amherst. 9 assists in their first game yesterday.
A great catch under duress.
That was Addie Major for Amherst as they start to work the disc up the field. Peltier. Like you said, the forced flick being applied as Geckel can't handle, and El Cerrito could break to start this game. Drought puts the flick up, can't be handled by Milstein. Back to Amherst here.
2 straight shots to inside-out windows for the flick. It's challenging. That's a hard throw to make in the best of conditions. In this rain, even harder.
Cusick thought about a big backhand. Holsters. You've played a lot of Ultimate. You've coached a lot of Ultimate. Do you have to change your grip with this weather?
You try your best. And another just contested shot. Hard to bring these in. But especially on your backhands, you can hold it more or less the same. On your flicks, it's less the grip, it's more the shape. You want to throw it outside in if you can. To prevent it from slipping off your fingers.
2 turnovers apiece on this opening point. Amherst with the disc back. This is Cusick, again, the quarterback of this offense. The rain really coming down hard, and a foul call.
Good pressure, but a quick no contest.
Do you like playing in these conditions?
My best throw was always my flick, so no. I think folks that have powerful backhands really thrive in these conditions when they're able to throw it. Another nice block, good pressure.
Tipped away that time by Ronnie Milstein, and on the throw, Nora Drought, I believe, will call for a foul. She went to her feet.
That's the second time Milstein's applied great pressure. They're really slamming these windows shut for the Amherst offense.
Observers out onto the field for the first time today. Trying to advance to the semifinal. Winner of this game will face the winner of South Eugene and Washburn. That game also being played right now.
You can see why there's discussion. There's not usually a lot of contact made on the mark with your knee or your shin. And so, as the mark, sort of surprised to see yourself called for a foul there.
Drought taps it back in for El Cerrito and finds Eisen. Back to Drought. Backhand. El Cerrito threatening, and they score first. Lisa Ramsing finds the end zone. El Cerrito breaks, and they go up 1-0.
What a way to start the game. Break against a really talented Amherst offense, and you see the weather playing an impact early. Geckel, very sure-handed receiver, can't bring it in, throws behind. We see the pressure from Milstein, and then some good break side movement here. Just a little dump with the momentum carrying the throw to the break side leads to continuation, easy passes, the easier to control backhands. Punch in the break. Amherst on the back foot here to start.
Ronnie Milstein to Lisa Ramsing for the first point of this game. It took 5 total turnovers, but El Cerrito gets the break.
Again, the key to that possession, Milstein's pressure. They were challenging the undercuts every chance they got. Big pull now.
Amherst offense back to work. They started this game with the disc. They could not capitalize.
We see a zone look from El Cerrito.
They brought this out in their pre-quarterfinal game against Provo, and Provo did a nice job completing passes against the zone, but they really couldn't work it up the field. We'll see what Amherst can do here against the zone.
It's challenging with this many. There are, you can see 6 defenders within 10 yards widthwise of the disc. An injury substitution. It's Leslie Medina coming in for El Serrano. With this many defenders this close, it's easy pickings for somebody to attack over the top as a thrower, but in this weather, easier said than done. If anyone's going to do it, though, at this tournament, it's Cusick.
See Felix Geckel, left side of your screen. They're playing deep in that zone, trying to get over top of it, but for right now, Amherst just going handler to handler and slowly inching up the field. Back to Cusick here. Trying to break through, but they turn it over. Aubin Kevrakidis couldn't hang on. Back to El Cerrito trying to break again.
Relatively short field, too. That's what they benefited from on their first break opportunities. Having to go less of the field in this weather is going to be a big difference.
El Cerrito taking a lot of their backhands. Much easier throw again with this weather. El Cerrito turns it back over, though, back to Amherst.
You have to wonder if Amherst will just take a shot.
Geckel in the middle of the zone. Back to Cusick. That was a dangerous duo yesterday, as it has been throughout the season. Hudson, back to Cusick.
Good movement from the Amherst handlers. Cusick certainly the star, but just a bevy of talented throwers, calm, collected players. You can see Major in the backfield, Hudson, Halpert was excellent yesterday as well. It's going to be required against this zone. You're going to have to complete a lot of passes, many of them free, but all of them under duress because of the weather.
Leah Coleman plays it back. Major and Cusick, Amherst very patient on this point. Kevrakidis.
This defense setting an illegal double team. You spread out just a little bit. For some of the stronger throwers, a double team is actually preferable because you can get around multiple people. If they're spread out, the angles are more challenging. We'll see if Amherst even calls the double team.
Major and Cusick go back and forth. Against the zone, you also want to keep it off the sideline, and Amherst has done a great job with that on this point.
Absolutely. You see it there. Whenever they do attack the sideline, they're quick to move it, whether it's vertically or horizontally. You see people crashing, the handlers following their throws to get it back. I mean, just really a lot of patience here from Amherst, but as they get closer to the end zone, the less space there is vertically downfield. We've got another injury. Another non-contact. You wonder if the cold is affecting these athletes. Hard to keep your muscles warm when it's this chilly, this wet, little bit of breeze. Easy to tighten up.
Cusick will tap it back in for Amherst. Back underway. And it's dropped by Major. All that results in a turnover. Such patient offense, but El Cerrito can break.
El Cerrito with much further to go than their first several break opportunities. They have to go about 50 yards downfield here.
Big flick, floating in the air. Broken up by Geckel.
What a great player Geckel is. The hockey goalie, when they're not playing ultimate, playing some major defense there.
El Cerrito back to the zone. Amherst back to the patient offense. You see the Cutters trying to get into the middle of the zone.
And this is a good approach to follow your throws, have the handlers throw and go. It stretches the defense. It gets you closer to the outside of the wall when you catch it in this middle space of the wall or diamond. It's a good tactic, but it's slow going.
This is how Provo handled the zone look from El Cerrito in that pre-quarterfinal matchup just moments ago. Hudson near the sideline, and Major again cannot hang on. Second drop on this point from Addie Major. El Cerrito with another opportunity and a much shorter field this time.
Nice initiation cut, but unable to get it to lead to anything. Slow going both directions.
Milstein flips back for Eisen. El Cerrito on the doorstep. The flick wide open, and El Cerrito leads 2-0. Second straight break. Julia Klink finds the end zone.
A quick timeout from Amherst. Collect themselves here. Just the weather playing an impact. Some sloppy play, some drops, some throwaways. Addie Major, sure-handed, reliable player, just goes to show how messy it is out here.
That's how El Cerrito capped it off. Julia Klink wide open in the end zone.
You know, when the conditions are the way that they are now, it can be really useful to just play with a short field. And Amherst with this really skilled group of throwers, it may behoove them to just punt it and play some defense, shorten the field.
Quick timeout here. El Cerrito on top of Amherst, 2-0. El Cerrito on top of Amherst, 2-0, as Julia Klink finds the end zone. Klink, a senior for this team. You talk about balancing academics and athletics. Julia Klink staying close to home at Cal Berkeley to study chemical biology and making an impact on the field as well.
My goodness. Yeah, and El Cerrito just down the road from Berkeley. Short commute, pretty big jump in terms of what you'll be doing.
Julia Klink, also a member of the El Cerrito mountain biking team. Puts El Cerrito on top, 2-0. Amherst offense back to work.
A little bit of a shorter pull this time. And we see El Cerrito come out in person defense. Trying to force some more slippy flicks, perhaps.
Geckel as Amherst approaches midfield. Surveys trying to find a handler off to Cusick. You see the rain continuing to have an impact. Eliza Zimmerman has it go through her hands. Here's a big backhand. El Cerrito down the field in a hurry. Eisen for the end zone, and it is caught. De Martinez. El Cerrito leads 3-0.
Amherst, a really polished team, especially offensively. We see incredibly choreographed handler movement. Everybody knows the system. Everybody can throw. Everybody can catch. In these conditions, you have to throw that away a little bit. You have to be willing to take some shots, be sloppy. We see El Cerrito take a shot here, and it gives them, again, another short field, even if it doesn't work out. Now Amherst would have to go 70 yards, but of course it does work out. Playing in poor conditions is a skill both for individuals and for teams. Amherst, a well-oiled machine. It's going to be interesting to see if they can off-road a little bit here.
Nessa Eisen with the assist, the only freshman on the team. She's been playing since 7th grade.
A nice read, too. Not an easy catch.
Her teammates love her off the field. They gave her the most spirited award this season. And Eisen with the assist. El Cerrito breaks for a 3rd straight point. Amherst struggling to get the disc down the field.
Good concentration. The pass deflected on the mark, but still brought in. Peltier, good eyes.
Major forehand. This is Zimmerman. Major making up for those drops to keep the possession alive. Another bid from Major. This time can't haul it in. Back to El Cerrito. Addie Major being put to work as a cutter today. On the up line. Elises can't get it up the field for Milstein. Longest completion of this game for Amherst here. Geckel in the end zone. Amherst on the board.
Just what the doctor ordered. Amherst trying to grind through the weather, grind through the El Cerrito defense. And for what it's worth, they have options again and again. That last point, Cusick and Halp diving into the backfield to get these resets to keep it alive. But at the end of the day, these are challenging passes to just complete again and again. So we see Cusick, who we know can complete hard throws, throw a challenging throw, reverse the field, and even better, punch in their first score of the game.
It was set up by a big forehand from Isla Cusick. Addie Major finding Felix Geckel in the end zone for the first time. Amherst able to hold 3-1, 22 minutes in. Rain continuing to come down hard.
The pole is going to play a major factor in this point. If Cusick can get off a good one and force El Cerrito to work the length of the field for the first time, would make a big difference for the Amherst defense.
First time pulling today for Amherst. It's away from Cusick, and it is a very good one.
Excellent pull. Big opportunity for Amherst.
Big forehand, and it's knocked away. Foul call. Annika Reddington stepped in and batted it down. Ronnie Milstein will say contact. Here's another look at it.
Milstein does a good job to reach in there. It is closer than I thought. Reddington seems to have the space, but Milstein reaches past. May have a strong case here. Ultimately an uncontested foul after the discussion.
Milstein up the field. Eisen back for Milstein. El Cerrito with great positioning. Milstein flips ahead. And in the end zone, El Cerrito makes it 4-1. They capitalize in close quarters. Olivia Elias on the reception.
Again, the aggression for El Cerrito. They had their longest field to work, about 55 yards, nearly 60 yards of field to cover. They cover much of it in the shot to Milstein. And then they just have a short field to go the rest of the way. Some confusion if the goal was scored or not. The observers, that's an active call for them. Still getting used to having the officials in orange.
This rain is really coming down. You see the patches in the end zone. Wasn't a problem. It was basically just grass until now, and it's getting a little flooded.
The field conditions played a small factor last round on this field. We saw a player lose their footing on a pivot, but as it gets wetter, it's going to get more challenging to stay on your feet.
Cusick flips it ahead for Haupt. Big forehand for Geckel, and they're in the end zone. Felix Geckel with their second goal of the game, and Amherst strikes back.
Fantastic upline movement. We see Haupt slip up the line, power position, and then Geckel. They have just timed their cuts. Beautiful awareness of space. It feels like they make the thrower's job easier every time they cut, in particular deep and in the red zone space. Big windows to throw into when Felix Geckel's cutting.
4-2, El Cerrito still on top. Goals from 4 different players in this one. They're ready. Hands are up. Amherst not even set on the line.
The observers do keep track of the time. They're going to have to rush here.
Cusick drops back and will pull it away.
Another really strong pull. Pinned back behind the brick. And Amherst's first zone look of the quarterfinals. Another aggressive zone. We see 6 defenders within about 7 yards of vertical space downfield. All 7 defenders in our camera shot. Pretty rare to see.
Eisen looking for gaps in the zone. El Cerrito at midfield. Winner to the semifinal. Some trouble on the reception, but taken in by Milstein. Allie Duff now back for Milstein. This is what we saw from Amherst, just patient against the zone. That's a tough flick. Duff for Milstein. Kept it alive.
Amherst transitions to Person.
Flipped ahead, Milstein on the goal line. One more flip, and El Cerrito back in the end zone. Nora Trout with her first goal. It's 5-2. And here come the conversations about the field conditions.
You know, El Cerrito doing a good job of just completing passes. As you said, Amherst doing the same thing. But some of El Cerrito's passes more dynamic. Throws through the wall, challenging throws, riskier throws, sure. But more dynamic and leads to good opportunities to continue down the field. And then when Amherst chooses to switch to person defense in the red zone, El Cerrito takes advantage of all the newfound space and scores efficiently.
Pull back to Amherst, trailing by 3 goals. Some defensive confusion. Back to Person for El Cerrito. Big flick for Geckel. Cusick. Up ahead, Major. Addie Major looking for options. Backhand ahead, and Amherst a clean hold. Not so fast. We'll have a pick call on that catch. No contest on that call, so the disc goes back to Addie Major. Tapped back in. And Amherst turns it over. Major was looking for Haupt and couldn't get it there.
You see the weather conditions even affecting that. Major trying to throw a backhand to the flick side. A little bit of a safer throw. A stall called on the near coverage sack from Amherst. We'll see if it is indeed a coverage sack.
Uncontested stall count. El Cerrito couldn't get it off in time. Back to Amherst. Great field position for Cusick. Haupt playing it back. Not on the same page with Cusick. Medina, backhand, knocked away. Outside in flick, Major with the bid, but could not get there. Addie Major has been all over the place today. Just off the fingertips.
For Zimmerman, gets the block by reading the play best, cuts off the in-cut, gets the in-cut herself, throws the huck. And you see the value of that. Even though the huck wasn't completed, they're able to get the short field turnover and another opportunity early.
Cusick floats it for Geckel, and they track it down. A few turnovers for Amherst, but they get the hold back within 2.
Amherst is starting to feel out the conditions and adjust their play accordingly. To start this point, we see Cusick finding Geckel on a deep shot to reverse the field, and then the disc never crossed midfield again. Geckel with a nice read. Goes to ground to keep it in and make sure that they had their hands firmly on it. But, we see aggression in our throwing being rewarded. Amherst, 2 turnovers in the backfield during that point. 2 deep shots. They go 1 of 2. But even the one that's incomplete creates a scoring opportunity when they get the first throw turnover.
First assist for Isla Cusick. Again, 9 yesterday in their first game. She had 9 in the Massachusetts State Championship, a win over Four Rivers. And that has been a 1-2 punch. Cusick to Geckel. Pull out of bounds.
Unsure of what the confusion is on this bricked pole. Interesting offensive set.
And El Cerrito working up the field, back and forth. On the up line, Eisen is there. Nessa Eisen with her first goal. El Cerrito up 6-3.
El Cerrito ran an offense in which they started with 4 handlers back. Not a lot of space. Easy for the reset defenders to junk it up. Here we see Major get a piece of it, almost the block. Good concentration to maintain possession. But once you get past that first layer, all those sagging handler defenders, a lot of green grass. El Cerrito flows down the field easily once they're able to get past that first layer.
Nora Drought kept it alive on the sideline, and it led to her 3rd assist today. 6-3 El Cerrito.
There's some joke about Drought overcoming the rain. I need to workshop it, but there's something there.
You got a while. It's only the first half.
There's time. We'll figure it out, especially if she keeps throwing assists.
Isn't that supposed to be my job to have the clever things, and you have the analysis? I trust you more to do it than me, but
I was unsuccessful, right? I need to work on it.
You haven't thought about it enough yet. That ball just barely stayed in bounds. Amherst offense back to work. And they turn it over. It was knocked down. Cusick almost had it on the second effort. Allie Duff sets up the offense here for El Cerrito, looking to break once again. Medina back for Duff. El Cerrito backtracks to their side of the field and then get it across. Medina on the backhand. Eisen.
We've talked a lot about the Amherst handlers, how sure-handed they are. The El Cerrito handlers have been their match all game so far.
Geckel almost got there, but Eisen won the race to the disc. No foul call, clean hand block from Felix Geckel. Here's a shot for Major, and she dropped it.
Tough break for Major, but again, now 60 yards to go. We have our third injury for El Cerrito in this half. It's only a 14-person roster for El Cerrito. You wonder if all the extra points over the course of the tournament are starting to wear on their legs and how that'll affect their legs moving forward as people take on the additional workload.
And Ultimate is a game of sudden movements, a lot of quick cuts, and playing on a wet field does not help with that. Layout D. Big time stuff from Isla Cusick. Cusick, the flick, and Major is there. Defense into offense. What a point for Amherst.
Hero ball stuff. Gigantic layout block on the upline. That's a hard play to make. It's one thing to chase an in cut and size it up and lay out past it. It's another thing to be chasing an upline and have to lay out on a dime. You see the slippery flick playing a factor. And again, that huck unsuccessful in terms of completion, but reverses the field, and then the layout block. And we'd love to see, that's picture perfect. And then we'd love to see the shot taken here from perhaps the best shot taker at this tournament.
Isla Cusick has been impressive as a handler for Amherst. Led her team to a 3-0 record yesterday. Pool A champions to get a bye into the quarterfinals. El Cerrito won their pre-quarterfinal matchup against Provo 11-7 to get here. Winner of this moves on to the semifinals to face either South Eugene or Washburn.
Another huge pull. It goes over everyone's heads. Almost 70 yards to have to go now for El Cerrito. Giant pull. The high stall count. Able to move it last second.
High in the air, knocked away. A couple opportunities to keep it alive, which is why they say you got to catch your D's, but Amherst with the break opportunity. And an update on that South Eugene-Washburn game. 8-1 at halftime. South Eugene with the lead. three-time defending national champion South Eugene. So it looks like the winner of this will get South Eugene in the semis. El Cerrito gets the disc back. This is Milstein, and another turnover.
Some nervy possessions from El Cerrito. They're still finding open cutters, but the passes are a little bit behind. They're a little bit off.
Houchahaven gets rid of it. Coleman, patient with the disc. No mark yet. Played up. And Coral Pope having trouble with it on the sideline.
Timeout taken by El Cerrito on their third possession of this point. Try to get organized here.
They lead 6-4. 4 total turnovers already on this point, and now they'll talk things over. Here's a look at some of these turnovers. The weather absolutely playing a part in these struggles. Some good defense as well from both sides. But that, just a routine play on the in cut. And a slippery disc makes it a little less routine. Nora Drought stands with the disc for El Cerrito. Amherst back on the field. Felix Geckel will come to mark. Drought taps it back in. Milstein. Now it's Eisen. El Cerrito utilizing the forehands to get up the field. Allie Duff trying to break the mark. Duff on the reset.
Travel called here on Drought. Drought really taking over this possession, getting more or less every other, and some hard throws to do so.
Drought with the lefty backhand, and it's knocked away. Looked initially like good defense from Coral Pope, but we have a foul call. Eisen. It's dropped. Nora Drought couldn't hold on. Pope looking for the reset, and another foul. Busy game for the observers.
Again, not contested. The defender reading the space, but getting there a little too late.
Cusick. Flick hook. Knocked down. Nora Drought with her head on a swivel to end that threat. Get the disc back for El Cerrito, trying to hold. Duff for Lucia. Josie Lucia, an O-line handler. And that's dropped by Ronnie Milstein. Back to Amherst, trying to break. And Isla Cusick calls a timeout. Amherst uses their first. 7 total turnovers on this point. Still a 2-goal lead for El Cerrito in this quarterfinal matchup.
It feels silly to call this point a big moment in this game, but with how many turnovers there've been, with El Cerrito so far making their early 3-break lead stand up. And with Amherst increasingly figuring out the conditions and their opponent, it's going to be a big moment if Amherst can convert this break. They're still got 35 yards to go.
Amherst breaks the huddle. Isla Cusick will have the disc. Here comes the El Cerrito defense.
And out of the timeout. Yes, that's right. Smart move by El Cerrito. Amherst set up for Person. El Cerrito scraps their play immediately with a zone.
Cusick in the middle. Howja Haybank. Back for Hudson. Outside in, flick, and oh, what a grab! Leah Coleman snares it, and Amherst breaks to get back within one.
What a catch. A challenging catch in dry conditions. A much more challenging catch under these. Cowan just sticks out her hand. Look what I have here. Didn't expect that. Falling over the pass a little bit beyond her. Having to extend and pull it in with one hand in the slot. Big break for Amherst.
On a point that had 7 turnovers, Amherst fired up after that one. 6-5 now. That's a big swing.
Now, Amherst has done a good job of keeping El Cerrito from having that short field that they capitalized so often, so early for those 3 breaks to start the game. Some of that has had to do with the pulling of Cusick and the elevated aggression of their throwers taking downfield shots. Another good pull.
The deficit is just 1. Allie Duff working on the mark of Isla Cusick. Floating in the air and knocked away by Hudson. Houck picks it up for Amherst.
We're starting to see splashes with almost every step on this side of the field.
Upline to Hudson. Amherst looking for the break and a tie. Back to Haupt. Haupt the flick upline, knocked away by Milstein.
Milstein has been covering the unders all game, takes the inside track on that upline.
And there's a drop back to Amherst. You see, like you said, Charlie, the water just splashing up. Every contact with the ground. Cusick, a big flick, and it is caught by Peltier. We're tied. 3-0 run out of nowhere for Amherst to make it 6 apiece.
They're finding their footing in these slippery conditions. They're starting to take their shots. It's what we've talked about. Moving the disc patiently and calmly is for dry conditions. Taking shots, favoring the bold for both teams early on here. Amherst starting to understand what they need to do and executing it really, really well, which makes sense. You've got Cusick, you've got a bevy of handlers that can help maintain the disc, until they get off a good-looking shot. And receivers that clearly are used to chasing these shots. A really nice read there by Peltier.
6-6, El Cerrito and Amherst in a quarterfinal matchup at the high school national invite from Grange Park in Allentown. The rain has slowed up a little bit, but it's still coming down.
The Amherst faithful in those bleachers, stomping on the metal bleachers, trying to spur them on to a third straight break.
Floaty backhand. Fight for it. Back to Amherst here. Trying to find Cusick. Do we have a foul call? Yes, we do.
Looks like the throw caught the nose of Milstein.
Definitely some contact with Ronnie Milstein. Observer to the field to talk it over.
Our fourth El Cerrito injury substitution. You hope that some of these injuries they're recovering from and getting back on the field, because again, only a 14-person roster, a little bit of a shallow roster.
Amherst will have the disc out of this break as they try to break and make it 7-6. Hudson with it. Reddington to Cusick. Trying to find a gap. Couldn't be handled by Garland Frank.
Nice sliding bid by Garland Frank. It can be pretty fun to play. Once it gets this slippery, the bids start coming fast and furious, people hitting the ground.
Duff gets around the mark. Elises. Big backhand. Looking for Elises. Hudson looking for the D, and she knocks it away. Willa Hudson able to chase it down and get the disc back for Amherst.
Power position for the best thrower in the tournament, but nobody going. Now it comes late.
Flick from Cusick is completed to Pope. Coral Pope back for Cusick. Another forehand. Another grab. This time Hauksha Habink. Annie Hauksha Habink looking for options. Upline to Cusick. Third straight break. Amherst leads for the first time.
That's a celly. I mean, hey, going down 3-0, all breaks, a challenging hole, and mind you, not even working the disc past midfield for any of those breaks for Amherst. Short field turn could be very demoralizing. Instead, they've adapted. They've started putting throws downfield, taking their shots and living with the results. And so far, the results have been quite good. A 4-0 run 3 straight breaks, as you said, and we're back on serve. And Amherst with a chance to break for half.
The freshman, Annie Haugsha-Habing, with her second assist. Isla Cusick, 1 goal now to go along with her 3 assists and a block as well. And Amherst has turned this game from a 6-3 deficit to a 7-6 lead.
I believe Cusick has played all 13 points so far. I believe that's a case for a number of the players on the field for both teams.
Both sides with relatively short rosters. El Cerrito especially. Cusick pulls away. Duff lets it fall. We saw a dropped pole in the first game on this field. That one's knocked away, and a foul called by Eisen. Was looking for the forehand huck.
It looks like it slipped out of Eisen's hands, but maybe the slip was helped along by the defender. Some contact on the mark.
Here's another look at it. No contact to the disc, but there was some contact to the body on that throw. That's Aria Haupt, the defender.
Some great shots from our camera crew, braving the conditions themselves.
So it goes back to Amherst. No foul. Upline to Cusick in the middle of the field. Major, go ahead.
Again, power position for Cusick and nobody going.
The one going usually would be Geckel as Amherst turns it over. Deep backhand. Nobody there guarding Milstein. Ronnie Milstein sets it up for El Cerrito. Eisen. Back to Milstein. Eisen. El Cerrito looking for the tie. And they got it. 7 apiece. Nora Drought with her second goal today.
Really great response from El Cerrito. Mentally tough, turning the disc over on a point that they must have felt that they really needed to have to keep from going into half down a break. They fight, they get it back. Big shot there, and then some really smooth end zone offense. A good shot to get Eisen free, and then a nice little double move from Drought.
Making cuts through literal puddles in the end zone. But Nora Drought gets open. She's now got 2 goals and 3 assists. Next point will take us into halftime.
Would you say Drought has had a flood of statistics? Is that it? I can still work on it.
It could use some work, but
okay.
The idea is right.
All right. Well, first half still. There's still time.
Yep. Already more than an hour gone by in this game. Not even to halftime. Some long points, a lot of turnovers. A couple defenders, and Major has it knocked away, and she'll call for a foul.
Good read by Milstein yet again, swarming the disc as they have all game on underneath cuts. Would be their 4th block if it were to stand. but perhaps a little bit of contact on the way to the D.
Tough to tell from that view. It is a foul, so it'll go back to the thrower, Aria Haupt, on the contest. Lisa Ramsing and Ronnie Milstein were the two defenders in the area. Haupt taps it back in for Amherst. Hudson on the sideline.
My goodness, what a throw. Really hard to hit that inside shot with this much rain.
Geckel keeps the possession alive. That throw came from Aria Haupt. That inside angle flick. Here is Haupt. Another forehand, and this time it's caught by Milstein going the other way.
Fourth block from Milstein, all on unders, just absolutely hunting a chance to break for half.
Eisen with it, and a timeout taken by El Cerrito. They want to talk things over before halftime. That soft cap winding down as we inch closer to halftime. El Cerrito and Amherst tied at 7 apiece.
Come here, come a little closer. Don't be afraid, no, I don't wanna hurt you. A little more, come in, let me just show you. Don't know, can't talk, let me just show you. Don't be obsessive, it could be intensive, it could be explosive, it could be offensive. Don't be defensive, don't be aggressive, it will be a waste, cause it could be expensive. Don't be obsessive, it could be intensive, it could be explosive, it could be offensive. Don't be defensive, don't be...
El Cerrito and Amherst putting on a show in the quarterfinal round, 7-7 as we near halftime. A spot in the high school national invite semifinals on the line. The disc in possession of El Cerrito, looking to break to get us to halftime. Duff. Cusick hits the deck. Ransell. Now Eisen. Nessa Eisen looking for options. Here's the reset to Duff. Kept in bounds by Milstein. Knocked away by Geckel. And Felix Geckel will go for a run here. Instead, Amherst slows it down. Aria Haupt. Cusick to Geckel. Back to Cusick. On the in cut, Zimmerman. And that forehand is out of reach for Addie Major. Another break opportunity coming up for El Cerrito.
Not a bad spot on that throw, but hard to change direction for Major. You actually can see the last possession for El Cerrito. You can see the shapes of the cuts changing. They're not sticking their feet in the ground and trying to make sharp change of angle cuts. They're sort of making these looping shaped cuts, which is usually really inadvisable, but exactly what you need to do with footing that is this unsure. Travel called. Amherst utilizing the force middle that they have for much of this first half.
Medina being marked by Geckel. This will be an injury sub again for El Cerrito. That's their 5th in the first half alone.
My goodness.
Luckily, there have been no major injuries. Everyone has been able to walk off under their own power, but tough sledding in these conditions. As that one is dropped, Drought couldn't hold on. Cusick stands over for Amherst. Looking for a hold to get us to halftime as we approach the 20-minute mark on that soft cap. Haupt on the around to Hudson.
At this point, even if they score immediately after halftime, as we see the Huck shut down, it will be less than 15 minutes before cap for the whole second half. These points are enormous because of how few points are left remaining in this game.
7-minute halftime. Clock doesn't stop during that period.
El Cerrito will receive out of half as well, so a break here puts them in the driver's seat in a big way.
Milstein keeps the possession alive with the right hand. And El Cerrito inching closer to a break. The flick to the corner of the end zone, and it's caught. Nessa Eisen pulls it in, and El Cerrito will take an 8-7 lead into halftime. No call out there, just some confusion on the fact that we have reached halftime. Charlie, what are your first half takeaways? A very interesting game, and Amherst made it a lot closer in the late stages of the first.
Embracing the slop. And you know, that last possession, Amherst defense running on fumes a little bit. As you said, both teams with shallow rosters, but El Cerrito has dealt with 5 in-point injury calls and still running hard to finish off the half. Again, they'll receive out of half here with a chance to go up 2 with very little time remaining in this game.
El Cerrito 8, Amherst 7. The soft cap winding down in this quarterfinal round, and the second half is next on Ultiworld.
There's a special place in Pennsylvania just waiting to be explored. Where you can do country in the morning and city in the evening. Where exactly what you're in the mood for is always close by. Here in Lehigh Valley, find room with your view. No matter if this is what you're looking for or this is more your style, we've got plenty of it around here. Whether you're looking to get lost on a road less traveled, can't get enough of the big thrills, or want to try something you've never done before, it's all here. Find endless new ways to see the world and hear it and feel it. Find the perfect way to unplug and reconnect. A place where you can leave it all behind and let yourself take it all in. Find a table with your name on it. Whether you're in the mood for this, or something more like this, it's all here. Lehigh Valley, it's where Pennsylvania's true nature shines bright, with outdoor experiences set against breathtaking backdrops. It's where vibrant culture, historic charm, and world-renowned heritage go hand in hand with iconic attractions and hidden gems. Take some time. Find out what makes this place so special. What makes it the perfect weekend escape. It's all here in Lehigh Valley. It's all waiting for you. What do you say?
They call us a mismatch, but we just call it another rep. They say we're not as exciting, so we leave them speechless. They say we aren't as skilled, that we can't keep up, so we set the standard. They call us uncoachable, emotional, second best, but greatness doesn't wear a label. They say they believe in equity, but the game still isn't fair. They want us to prove ourselves. But don't you see? We already have. So let's just play.
Come here, come a little closer. Don't be afraid, no, I don't wanna hurt you. A little more, come in, let me just show you. Don't know, can't talk, let me just show you. Don't be obsessive, it could be intensive, it could be explosive, it could be offensive. Don't be defensive, don't be aggressive, it will be a waste, cause we could be expensive. You need a little fee in your life, you need a little me in your life. I wanna see the steam in your eyes, you need to be free. Don't be obsessive, it could be intensive, it could be explosive, it could be offensive. Don't be defensive, don't be...
It's an 8-7 lead for El Cerrito on top of Amherst after a long first half. Alongside Charlie Hoppes, I'm Michael Cerrone. Charlie, the turnover numbers, they're getting up there.
It's astronomical, but it's not unexpected for the weather, and you can't feel bad about throwing turnovers in this weather. You need to lean in. Lean into the slop. Embrace it. Make it your friend. Take some shots. No one's going to hold it against you if you have a handful of turnovers in a game like this. It's really important to continue to shoot. In a game like this, throw out the stats. It's a war of attrition completely. El Cerrito ended the half up a break. They get to receive to start. And as we mentioned before, under 14 minutes before the soft cap, this game is going to end up around 10 instead of 15.
Amherst will pull away to El Cerrito. The field is basically a river. Duff flicks ahead.
And again, the shot, something you live with.
And it brings up a break chance for Amherst here, trying to tie it up. Again, that would be huge here because that soft cap winding down.
A little play action from the quarterback, Cusick.
Hauk Shahabink with 2 assists today. Big layout to keep the possession alive. And here's a foul call.
All game long, El Cerrito has been hunting this underneath space, challenging Amherst to stretch the field with their throws. Here, Drought undercuts. Again, the efforts have been led by Milstein. Milstein with 4 blocks. Droust, this would be her 4th if it were to stand. Disc may be a little warped, but it's going to stay with Amherst.
It's Annie Hauk Shahabink with it. Cusick, flick shot, looking for Pope, and it's dropped. A great look for Amherst, but Coral Pope couldn't bring it in.
These teams starting to really move the disc up and down the field these last few points, but a short field turn as soon as I say it.
You jinxed it. Back to Amherst and Cusick.
I'm so sorry. What have I done?
Cusick to the end zone. Felix Geckel has it. We're tied on the Amherst break.
Doesn't matter the weather. Geckel so reliable. The spaces are different in weather like this than they are in still conditions. You have to attack different areas of the field than you might ordinarily. Geckel, time and again, has a huge catch from Cusick to save possession. But time and again, Geckel just getting free.
This one, their 4th goal of the game to make it 8-8. Under 10 minutes on the soft cap.
Amherst still needs, because of trailing at half, being down a break, they still need another break to win. If they trade out, El Cerrito will win. So Amherst, and you know, they had 3 breaks all in a row there towards the end of the first half. Let's see if they can go on another run here as the game winds down. Offsides called. Because it's the second offsides, they get to take the disc in the center of the field. Something you just don't encounter really at all if there are no observers. Self-officiated offsides calls. Hard to see if they're offsides 70 yards away.
Tipped in the air by Milstein and brought down. Close call, but Eisen gets it ahead to Drought now. Milstein with 2 feet and a puddle. Ahead to Drought. Floating a flick for the end zone and out of reach. Cusick. Flick. Gecko laying out. Couldn't grab it. A tough angle from Isla Cusick. Here's a flick coming the other way. It's caught. Not in just yet. Milstein on the goal line. And Eisen had it off her hand. Another full field break opportunity for Amherst.
Easy for us to say from up here in our dry booth, but try to get two hands on it if you can to secure the disc in these wet conditions.
Swing to Willa Hudson and a call off the disc.
A pick called several throws ago, but it stays here.
Addie Major hits the deck again. She's been all over the place in this game. Eisen. Medina. Settling it for El Cerrito. Looks for the reset. Major almost knocked it away, but Milstein has it. Now Ramsing. Floated into space, a lot of contact. It was knocked away though by Leah Coleman before it.
The clearing El Cerrito player not making quite enough space for this throw. The defender sees it go up, doesn't see the receiver coming. Milstein just on their line, finishing their cut, and it's a head-to-head collision.
Luckily, Coleman and Milstein are both okay.
A lot of contact. This is a big call in this game. And the defender needs to know where they're moving into. I think too often we're quick to blame the defender for these sorts of things, but Milstein's on the same path the whole way. And sure enough, we get a yellow card on the defensive play. You have to see the space that you're moving into as a defender, as any player, as an offensive player too.
Good sportsmanship for both sides. Disc just in front of the goal line.
Just a few minutes before soft cap, and this discussion is really draining some clock.
3.5 minutes until that soft cap. Amherst has the disc and a break chance. Haupt. That's a nice flick for Cusick. To continue, a deep one for Major. Addie Major with all sorts of space in the middle of the field. We haven't seen many deep completions for either team today, but this could be a big one. Major to Geckel. Haupt comes to get it. Aria Haupt. Hudson drops it. Timeout El Cerrito. 2:20 until the soft cap. 8 apiece. This will be a big point
It's a special place in Pennsylvania just waiting to be explored, with outdoor experiences set against breathtaking backdrops, where vibrant culture, historic charm, and world-renowned heritage go hand in hand with iconic attractions and hidden gems, where world-class cuisine and hospitality can be found at every turn. It's all here in Lehigh Valley. It's all waiting for you. What do you say?
El Cerrito and Amherst tied at 8-8. Again, the soft cap means whatever point is scored at the end of the time, you go one higher than the higher score. So likely in this case, it'll be a game to 10.
That's right. Struggling to avoid the water hazard here.
Yeah, it's pretty unavoidable. Up ahead, Drought finds Ramsing. Ramsing looking for the backhand. Major diving in. Foul call from Milstein, though.
Major covered from head to toe in mud. She's hit the ground almost a dozen times in this game. Offense, defense. Great catch here. Good read. And then we see Major read the play well, take the inside track. To me, that looked clean, but it's going to stay with El Cerrito here.
Drought looking for options. Floats it into space. Still not in for Elias, though. Around back to Milstein. Once again, it's Drought on the far side.
Nice throw to get it off the line. Pressure situation.
Eisen takes the flick, finds Milstein, still not in. Back to Eisen, and El Cerrito goes up 9-8. Game point for El Cerrito in this quarterfinal matchup.
Game to 10. I mean, just dozens of turnovers. But still, just such high-quality play in so many ways. I think you see the turnover numbers and you assume the ultimate's been poor, and that couldn't be further from the truth. In the Amherst side, Cusick, 4 assists. Halp, 4 blocks. Geckel, 4 goals. Milstein, 4 blocks, 3 goals, 3 assists, and then Drought pouring it on with 5 blocks, 4 assists, 2 goals. Did I get it there? Pouring Drought? I'm running out of time.
That was pretty good. You got 1 point left. If El Cerrito can break here, Amherst will have to hold and break to win. Winner gets South Eugene in the semis. Peltier. Cusick holds off. Haupt. Zimmerman. Once again, it's Haupt. A lot of traffic there. Ramsing knocks it down. Milstein to the middle. This is Nora Drought. Drought going big. Nobody there. Couple of receivers in the area, but out of reach of both.
Amherst has been running a reset system that is really well suited to the conditions. They don't do a lot of movement, juking up and backfield. You see them just sprint sideways at the disc for more or less handoffs, which, considering the fact that you can see it again there, considering the fact that it's so hard to change direction, great catch, good concentration. But these are really smart ways to go about resetting the disc in these conditions. It's leading to longer possessions than they might ordinarily have.
Rain has calmed down, but the field still soaked. Major. Reset. Cusick lays out to keep it alive.
Why not, Michael?
Isla Cusick does it all for Amherst.
One more huge play.
Major and Cusick both covered in mud. Hudson turns it over. Day Martinez steps in. Martinez almost gives it right back. Stays with El Cerrito and Drought.
No cutters moving. High stall count here.
And a turnover. Back to Amherst.
Oh, you'd love to see the fast break. You've got the numbers right now.
Cusick instead walks up to it. Breaks side, it's caught. We're tied. Mila Peltier with her third goal today. We go to Universe.
Peltier has been such an underrated part of this group in this game, finding the space, keeping possessions alive. Just a great horizontal cut, finding the end zone, as you said, third time. Universe, Michael.
9-9 in a game that has featured about 50 turnovers. You see as Amherst walks across the field, all the divots and puddles. Not easy to play in these conditions. El Cerrito and Amherst have made for a very entertaining quarterfinal game.
Many of these players have played all 18 points, and they're out there for the decisive 19th point of this game. Tired legs. A lot of these points have been long. Let's see how long our Universe point lasts.
Cusick pulls it away, and Universe point underway.
Another boomer, too, all the way to the other goal line, 70 yards.
El Cerrito with space. Drought. Milstein. Milstein looking for Drought. Flips it to the end zone, and El Cerrito going to the semifinals.
A clean, after all those turnovers, a clean hold on Universe to send El Cerrito to the semis. What a gritty game from both of these teams. But at the end, it's Drought washing away the hopes of Amherst.
Nora Drought, Tanessa Eisen, and El Cerrito will get a crack at the three-time defending national champion South Eugene in the semis. What a game from these two teams. What a season for Amherst. It comes to an end in the quarterfinals of the high school national invite.
And you see both teams just exhausted. I mean, look at that huddle. That's a winning huddle we're looking at right now. They are out of gas. What a game. I mean, had a bit of everything, I would say, except for good, clean offense, but that's how the game ends.
El Cerrito moves on to the semifinals of the high school national invite. Charlie, like you said, this game had it all, including a lot of rain. And these two teams battled through it. What a game.
So many layouts, so many challenging plays, great throws from some really talented players. These are the sorts of games that you talk about for years to come when you participate in a wonderful moment for El Cerrito as they move on.
10-9 win, El Cerrito over Amherst, and they're going to the semifinals of the high school national invite. For Charlie Hoppes, our producer Charlie Eisenhood, and our entire Ultiworld team, I'm Michael Cerroti, saying we'll see you soon. The semifinals of the high school national invite next on Ultiworld.